If the evil divine with the lasting light. Open. You know what? Better get something for some knee cushioning. Yeah, that ought to work. All right, we got an Amy and a Madeline, and well, then there's me. Hey, hey. Well, that's not gonna turn that light on, no.
Hello.
Hey, hey.
I'm just checking in if the class is on or not.
It is. I got a signal. I came to the camper to check some things, and electricity's on. Got a really good 4G signal, so yeah, we got a green light. And about 10 minutes ago, my roof started leaking, so that was kind of interesting.
It's,
Yeah.
it might be a calming sound.
Pardon me?
It might be a very calming sound when it leaks, like water dripping.
It's a beautifully calming sound, except, when you consider the fact that it could rot the wood. That's all right. I got a repairman coming Monday to address things, and we'll just put that on the list. Great.
Yeah. Is it like big dripping or just like leaking?
Just it's coming out of a light fixture, which is really fun. Because water isn't supposed to come out of a light fixture, so I don't know. I'm seriously laughing about it because it is funny. It's just funny.
I'm in the same state. I'm just laughing at everything that happened this week. Just
Well,
playing.
yeah, all right, we'll see
I
how
think
that
the
one.
best thing is just to laugh. 'Cause-
Yeah, hey, what are we gonna do? The whole state is going through crisis right now. I'm not taking it personal. Shit happens, you know.
Even even our clients, they pushed the meetings and all that. You know, everything's on hold. It's just
Oh yeah.
everywhere.
Fine, don't you?
Just we are frozen. Nothing's moving. No projects are moving.
Yeah. Well,
It's
we're gonna
just
do a little move here.
yeah. It's just an
Hey,
opportunity to
what's
practice
happening?
patience.
The Susanna and the Marissa, Sophia, Ethel. This is just getting awesome. Looks like we got an Amy here. Hey,
Hi.
AJ, I'm so happy. So heads up, if you were with me Monday morning, you'll be familiar with what we're doing here this afternoon. If not, just be aware there's going to be a lot of kneeling. We'll be on our knees a great deal. So if you're like me and you have sensitive knees, perhaps something to cushion with would be appropriate. If you got tough knees, don't even worry about it. You'll probably be right at home. With me, I got soft knees, so I like something.
Got some bruises
Something
from
under.
last week.
Oh my goodness. Yoga bruise?
Yes.
How did you do that?
I don't know. No, I got bruises very easily. Just kneading gives me bruises.
Okay, maybe she doing like kickback asana. Throwing knees against the heavy bag. We'll be doing down dog. All right. Hey, Suzanne. Cool. Hello, Aaron.
Oh, baby!
That's awesome. Amy, you got the coolest practice space. I'll tell you what, it's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, I better set this to spotlight. Man, Steve, I don't have my head in the game, do I? All right. So yeah, not only would you maybe want some knee cushioning, but if you would please set the view to speaker view or whatever setting to where all you see is just me. For those that prefer a little privacy can have their privacy.
I don't know what in
Oh,
what.
this is so
Oh, yes,
I hear
because
people outside. That's really cool. We have 39 degrees and sunshine, and I never in my life thought 39 degrees would be so damn nice. But it's nice. It's all right. All right. Still got people logging in here. Give it just another moment and we'll get going. Oh, y'all are way welcome. I appreciate it, but I assure you, you're doing a whole lot for me right now, too. I was getting pretty lonely in the cold in the motel room, so it's nice to be with y'all. If you happen to be in a place that's experiencing this crazy freeze, I hope you're managing well with it, safe, warm. I hope you have a source of water. And if you don't have electricity, well, I guess you wouldn't be online with me. So that's good. I'm glad you got electricity. Hey, Jay, glad you're here. All right. Okay, I'm not seeing any more popping on, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing started. I'm gonna begin by muting everybody out. And right when I say that, somebody popped on. Oh, this is so cool. All right, I'm gonna mute you out. You will have the ability to unmute yourself if necessary. Okay, can everybody raise your hand if you hear me? Or you raise your foot or whatever. All right, cool. Groovy. If you have your camera off, that's okay. You are welcome to have your camera off. I like when you have it on because it helps me to better guide you, but it is definitely not a mandatory. So if you choose to turn it on, I appreciate it. But if not, I feel you. I get it. It's cool. We're going to be, if you haven't heard already, we're going to be on our knees a lot today. So if knees are an issue for you, you might want something to cushion with, like towel or something like that. And as always, anything that we do in here that it just doesn't feel right for you, well, modify or skip it, discard it. There's no rule saying you have to do every single thing that I cue. Start out, probably my favorite way to begin is child's pose. For those not familiar, Balasana, child's pose, you just kind of get on all fours and push your sit bones back to your heel bones. Sometimes it's nice to open knees wide and slide down between thighs. You can take your arms out long. You can take them back, sweep down the side of your rib cage. It's your child's pose. Make it personal, make it grounding, make it sweet. As we go through this practice, it's my job to offer suggestions or possibilities is probably a better word, possibilities. And then it's your job to take these possibilities, consider them, and decide what you do with them. And you can follow them along exactly as cued, or you can adjust, make them more personal. Or as I said before, you can completely discard it. It's up to you. You are the arbiter of your practice, the final judge. And while we're here, we just start doing a couple things to prepare for practice. We just start to breathe. We do 3 things with our breath. And the first one is put your lips together without your teeth touching and let air spill in and out through your nose. Maybe that doesn't work for you. Maybe you need to breathe through your mouth. That's okay. See, first suggestion. And second, inhale to full capacity. Just fill up with as much air as you can manage to bring into your body. And then exhale in the same manner, complete, full, emptying exhale. And the third aspect is smoothing it out, making it even. Some folks like ujjayi breathing, and that's okay. Just understand that while it is a powerful breath, it's not forceful or aggressive. It's smooth. So we breathe deep. We breathe steady. If somebody was sitting right next to you and they hear your breath, they would be like, wow, that person is very, very calm. We do this for a reason. This state of breathing requires focused concentration. And that's the step, the gateway into meditation. And then the yoga becomes, yoga. Without that state of mind, we're just doing Eastern calisthenics. And then that's okay too. That's all right. If that's your gig, do it, man. It's cool. And then we just start doing yoga poses, adding movements in while we breathe. So the first one, you just tuck your toes under, a little pressure into your palms, and then lift your hips up high, head down low. First active pose, downward facing dog. You start to flirt with this a little bit. Find a stable width for your hands, and same thing with your feet. If you're not sure how far to have feet from hands, just drop into plank for a minute. Steady plank, and then right back to down dog. You'll be at the right length. First down dog of the day for some of us. Maybe knees need to be a little bent. That's all right. You can drop your head so your neck is soft and long. And just have a little staring contest with your belly button. Now we can find some sensation here by palms. Pretend you have each palm on the lid of a pickle jar. Your right palm, begin to tighten that pickle jar. Left palm, begin to loosen that jar lid. Feel something down the sides of your rib cage, a little something in the shoulder girdle. Just a little activation because of the twistation. Can start to push away with the backs of your knees to allow heels to just drop back. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't. It doesn't matter. It's your pose. If you're jonesing for a little bit more, begin to tilt your tailbone up towards the ceiling. And for just a little bit more sensation, start to press your armpits towards your ankles and feel. There's some pectorals, some lat muscle. And so now we just have a nice stroke from sit bone to heel bone, from tailbone to brainstem. And we're still breathing deep and steady and long, seamlessly. Little pause at top, little pause at bottom. I'm just making a little bit of space to do our thing. Take an inhale, lift your tailbone a little more if you like. Now exhale, lower your right knee to the mat below your right hip. Press into your right palm. Pivot your left heel flat. So your left foot is like a suction cup, sole of your foot pressed against the mat. Inhale, open your left hand to the sky. Just put your fingertips on the ceiling. Just a gentle baby arm balance. Perhaps lean shoulders back and press pelvis forward to bring things into an alignment. And maybe press into the sole of your foot a little more. Opening your left arm back really spreads the chest apart. Nipples start pointing opposite directions. One more big breath of air in. Exhale, bring your left hand down to the mat. Square your shoulders to the mat. Keep both hands on the mat and lift your left leg straight behind you. I mean, like you're putting the heel of your left foot on that wall back there, right? Before doing anything else, just check in. Are my hips level? Do I got a hip kind of cocked up? And just feel. You don't need mirrors or nothing like that. Just feel it. Good. Now, keeping hands on the mat. Inhale, lift your left leg, lift your gaze, push your belly down. It's like cow. Exhale, drop your head, tuck your chin, crunch your left knee to the outside of your left elbow, around your spine. These are power yoga cat cows. Inhale, extend and lift your leg, lift your eyes. Exhale, tuck your chin and crunch your knee to your nose. Both hands are on the mat here. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Now exhale, crunch your knee to the outside of your elbow one more time. Inhale, lengthen your leg, but keep your nose pointed at the mat. And just reach your right arm forward, bicep to ear. It's a broken table, a bird dog, sunbird, I don't know, spine bound. Just breathe here. Maybe shift your weight forward. Left shoulder comes out over left wrist. As you inhale, just lengthen and lift a little bit. Flirt with everything on the back side of your body. Now exhale, set it all on the mat. And we switch. Take your right foot back and just pivot it flat. Remember, sole of your foot's a suction cup. Press it into the mat. Lean into your left palm and a big sweet inhale. Open your right hand up to the sky. 3 things when we come into pose. First thing, scan for any space you can open. Second thing, open that space. Third thing, dive in and dwell in that space. You know, pull your breastbone away from pubic bone, lengthen. Reach open with your right hand, spread your heart. One more big breath of air. Exhale your right hand on down to the mat. Lift your right leg straight behind you. We're just going to keep our hands on the mat here. You know what we're doing now. An inhale lifts your leg, lifts your eyes, drops your belly. An exhale, tuck your chin, round your spine, and right knee comes outside of right elbow, a little ab engagement. Inhale, lengthen, lift leg, lift eyes. Exhale, just crunch knee right up the middle. Drop your head, maybe give your knee a kiss as you round your spine. Inhale, lengthen and lift, looking up, reaching. Exhale once again, right knee crunch around the outside of the right elbow. Ooh. Breathe in and lengthen your right leg back, but keep your eyes on the mat, nice and level. And just reach your left arm forward, bicep to ear. Just trying to find mucho length from left fingertips to right foot. Lengthen all that traction back of your body. Another place to notice, is a hip cocked up? Is it down? Is it even? What's it feel like? I don't know. Your next inhale, reach and lift a little bit more. Exhale, set it all on the mat and step both of your feet back to upper push-up position. And we call yoga talk is plank. Good. And just feel something here. Just take a mental picture of your hips. Feel them, same height as your shoulders. Pretend you're holding yoga block between your knees, so a little thigh engagement here. Press into your palms and you can feel your shoulder blades just sort of spread a little bit. One big breath of air. Now exhale, lower all the way down, all the way flat. Keep your hands where they're at and release the tops of your feet to the mat. All 10 toenails touching the mat. On an inhale, begin to push into your palms. Straighten your arms as much as you can without lifting your thighs. It's a back bend called cobra. Exhale, lower down and chin touches the mat. Breathe in for another cobra and just let the curve cruise along the spine. And breathe out and chin touches. We got 3 more of these, so take a breath and inhale into your third cobra. Exhale, come on down, let your chin touch the mat. Inhale, Cobrasana, smooth, gentle, like you're making love to the backside of your body. It's just sweet. Exhale, come on down. We're going to deviate a little bit. Reach your arms out wide here, like wings. On an inhale, lift arms, lift torso, lift thighs. You know, somewhere moderate. If you go and put everything on the ceiling right now, you're going to blow out because we're going to be here for a few breaths. And if it's appropriate for low back, just try to lengthen your toes behind you. Maybe reach your fingertips a little further away from each other. And just breathe here. You know, I can see if we stayed here for the entire hour, you would probably be a little irritated with me. So how about just 3 more breaths here? Smooth, deep breath. Exhale, rest your thighs. Place your hands at cobra. And inhale for that 5th cobra I promised you. But stay up here in this one. 5 breaths in this cobra. Perhaps dig into your palms a little bit. Begin to pull the belly button away from the pubis, a little stretch of that flesh on the front side of your lower torso there. Roll your shoulder blades into your back pockets. And then your glutes. Stop clenching. Just let them be loose, like jelly, just soft. Yeah. One more breath. Exhale. Come all the way down. Let your chin touch the mat. Tuck your toes under. Continue exhale. Press the plank. Continue exhale to down dog. Oh, good. 3 breaths here. Just dial back into your breathing because, you know, some of that might have been just a little bit challenging. Did you notice your breath was changed a little, or did it stay smooth? Whatever it did, just look at it with no bias. It just is what it is, man. Take an inhale. Tilt tailbone up as high as you wish. Exhale, lower both knees to the mat and bring them together. Open your ankles away from each other and just start walking your hands back towards your knees as you start dropping your glutes, your seat down between your ankles. You know, this is still pretty early for this, so you might want to keep your hands on the mat out front, a little weight in the palms. If it's appropriate, just put your palms on your thighs and just sit upright. And that's as deep as we're going to go in this first one. No sense going deeper, but just take a moment here to feel a whole lot of thigh, knee, ankle. Can you feel the top of your skull and your tailbone just extending away from each other and lengthening? From here, press right up on your knees like you're standing on your knees, and knees are going to be about hips width. I like to tuck my toes under so my heels are a little high here. And just open your arms out wide, like an airplane. On an inhale, rotate your chest to the right wall. On an exhale, put your right hand on either your right hip, right calf, or right heel. Left hand swoops up and over, and just start pressing both thighs equally to the front of the room. It's just a half a camel. Picture your shoulder blades sliding down underneath the back of your heart. Inhale, come back up, chest pointed to the right, arms wide. Exhale as you come center, and then take a breath as you rotate chest to the left. Breathing out, you just put your left hand where it makes most sense. You got options anywhere back there. Right hand swoops up and over. And as you breathe in, just start pushing both hip bones, both thighs towards front wall. And just keep your right arm long and strong. See if you can put your fingertips right there where wall meets ceiling. Very nice. Inhale, come on up. Chest facing left wall. Exhale, come center. Take a breath. Reach your arms up high. Exhale, put your hands on the mat and continue breathing out into downward facing dog. Nice. Couple breaths here. Just dial it in. And this is gentle. You know, there's going to be some strength coming on here, but the whole thing is gentle. So gently lower your right knee to the mat below your right hip. We've been here before. It should be familiar. Pivot your left foot flat, you know, suction cup, and then breathe your left hand up to the sky. So yeah, we know this spot. We were here, but let's add to this. Just lift your left leg up off the ground. Maybe it's parallel to the planet. Maybe it's not. It's kind of up to you how high you take it. So it's a little wobbly, right? It's okay to kick your right shin back a little bit, kind of like kickstand. It's up to you how intense it is. Now keep your left hand to the ceiling. It's going to help you out on this next spot where you swing your left leg right out front, 90 degrees off your hip. If you have somebody next to you, lift your toes up high so you don't violate them. And just open your left hand back as kind of a counterbalance to the leg, right? Woo! So what you're feeling here, there should be some glute and some tensor fascia lata, some IT band. Bring your left leg back down behind you. Keep it lifted if you can. Put a bend in your left knee, and so your left hand grabs foot or ankle. And then just start pressing your foot into your hand to open your left shoulder. If this hurts your wrist, you could be on knuckles. You can even be up on your fingertips to strengthen some finger muscles. How about that, right? Release the bind. Inhale, left hand to the sky, left leg lifted and long. Now exhale, keep your left leg up, but bring your left hand down to the mat and reach your right arm forward. Ooh. Isn't it nice we switch arms, right? Take a breath, lengthen and lift. Breathing out, bend your left knee and reach your right hand back. Take a hold of something. I don't know. It could be an ankle. It could be a foot. And just reach. And if you can't get a hold of it, just pretend. You know that the benefit comes from effort, not acquisition. Get a little opening of our shoulder by lifting your left heel towards the ceiling. See what that does with your shoulder. Not so much pulling into the ankle with the hand, but lifting. Use your butt muscle to drive your heel to the sky. Whew. Let go. Inhale, lengthen, left arm, left leg, right arm. Exhale, set it all on the mat and switch. Take your right foot back. Toes. Pivot your heel, right heel to the mat. Make a suction cup. Lean into your left hand and inhale your right hand up high. And then just lift your right leg. Now, I know what you're thinking. Steve, this isn't gentle. Well, I mean, if you don't think it's gentle, just modify and make it gentle. It's okay. Good. Now, swing your right leg right out in front of you. Like a 90-degree or so bend in the hip joint. And you just open your right hand back. It's like a counterbalance. You're just balancing here. It's no big deal. We're just holding the leg. It's It's nothing fancy. You're not going to see this on the cover of Yoga Journal, but it sure is sweet. Ooh. Bring your right leg back along behind you. Take a breath. And then exhale, go for the bind. Bend your right knee and reach your right hand to an ankle or a foot. And a little equal musculature here. This is going to be hand and foot working into each other as we open hip and shoulder. Kind of like an isometric, right? That is wonderful. Release the bind. Inhale, lengthen your leg, reach your hand up, up, up. Exhale, bring your hand down to the mat and keep your right leg lifted. It can stay there. It's okay. Level off the hips and just reach your left hand forward. Ooh, so length, as much length as you can get. Try to level out the back so I could just set like beverages. Somebody could set beverages on your back and they wouldn't spill, right? C. Exhale, bend your knee and reach back. Take a hold of it. Now remember here, we're going to use a little glute strength to drive our heel towards the ceiling. That's how you get that really cool lift. And what does that feel like? Release the bind. Inhale back to broken table. Arm forward, leg back, big length, big breath. Exhale, set, hands on the mat, step your feet back to plank. Now the thing about plank is we can always have knees down, and for this next little bit, maybe you do want to lower knees. It's okay. It's still same benefit, but your choice. Knees up or knees down in plank. Take a breath. Bend your elbows, lower, touch your chin to the floor, not your nipples. Exhale, press back to plank. Oh, aren't you glad there's only 3? Inhale, touch chin, not nipples. Exhale, press. You can add knees if you like, but take a big breath as you lower down strong, just enough to touch your chin. Now exhale to plank. Take a big deep breath of air. Get stoned on oxygen right here in plank. Exhale, lift your lower all the way down to the mat. Oh my goodness. Open arms like wings. Inhale, lift arms, torso, thighs. And this time, if it's okay, bring your hands around behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Thumbs kind of going somewhere personal once you straighten your elbows. And use your strong arms to really open your chest. That should feel kind of nice after push-ups. We're just getting a little back muscle stroke while we're at it. Lift your knuckles as far away from your backside as you like. Just lifting and breathing. One more breath. Exhale, hands to cobra, rest your thighs. Whew. Inhale, Cobrasana. This one might feel a little different than before. You're warmer now. While you're here, it's 5 breaths. So again, dig into your palms for some lengthening. See if you can bring the curve in your spine to that place, that really hard to touch place, kind of just below shoulder blades. Ooh. And then see if you can create some distance from ear holes to shoulders by rolling your shoulder blades down your back. Oh. Big breath. Exhale, come on down. Tuck your toes. Push the plank into down dog pose. Oh. Very nice. Some of you are starting to glisten nicely. Warming this planet right up. Take a couple breaths. Now exhale, lower knees together to the mat. Open your ankles wide. And same thing, go to Dvarasana. Just walk your hands on back as you lower seat between ankles. But you got options. You can keep hands on the mat in front of you. You can put them up on the thighs. And we're a little warmer, so maybe you want to put them back behind you. You can bend elbows, come down the forearms. There might be a couple of you who say, I want to go to my back. If that's you, once you get there, do me a favor. Just lift your sit bones and kind of tuck your tailbone down towards your knees. Let's get rid of some of that lumbar kink. And now just indulge in loads of knee tissue, ankle tissue, thigh tissue. If you felt like going to your back, it's time to come back upright again. And then everybody right to knee stand, standing right up on our knees. This is where you may wish to use some cushioning. We're going to be on knees for a bit. So from kneeling, again, we're going to open our arms out like wings. And take your right leg out, directly out to the side, foot flat to the mat. And before we go anywhere, just take a look right down your left side. Oh, make adjustments so that knee, hip, and left nipple are all in the same line. So just move hips or whatever you need to get that line there, okay? Yeah, take a breath. Exhale, put your left fingertips or palms on the ground or the block. Reach your right hand up. So we were here before earlier, remember? But this time, bring your right bicep to your right ear and reach to infinity. Open the right side body. Lengthen. As you do so, press into the sole of your right foot. Yeah. Bring your pelvis forward, your shoulders back. Oh, I just got an adjustment. Maybe that's what was missing. One more breath as you lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Keep left hand on the mat. Exhale, right hand to ceiling. Now put your mind on the muscle of your right oblique and just take a breath as you come upright with arms out wide. Ooh, that's a nice little crunch, yeah? Turn your right toes up, right heel down, and just place your right hand somewhere on your right thigh. Left hand goes up, up, up as you inhale. Now exhale, side bend to the right. Let your right hand run down your shin. Left fingertips are going to go towards where the wall meets the ceiling. Push your left hip away from your right heel. See if you can separate your left shoulder from your left quadricep. Whole lot of sweetness there. Deep breath. Exhale, come back, upright torso, arms wide. Now just a slight knee bend as you bring your right heel in towards you a little bit, not a lot. And start bringing your right knee out over your right foot. Keep your left leg just how it is. This a pose you're probably not going to see a whole lot of yoga classes. It's a little funky. We're just opening up all that tissue from the inner left knee to the groin. Drop your right hand to the floor inside of your right foot. Open your left hand up high. Just keep sinking sit bones down until it feels something sweet in the undercarriage. Just kind of nice, a little challenging. Take a breath. Exhale. Bring your left hand down to the mat. Rotate on your left knee. Bring your left shin back behind you. So you're in a lizard. You're in this deep knee down lunge on the inside of your right foot. Now, for a lot of us, this is plenty fine right here. Some of us kind of want to bend elbows and get a little deeper. Perhaps you feel like going to your forearms. That's pretty cool. And then a few of you, you might feel like letting your right knee just fall open. You kind of up on the outside edge of your right foot. Man, your hips, they're like fingerprints, snowflakes, they're all different. So you got to make little adjustments, investigate, seek out that spot. If you're not already there, come back to your hands and put weight into your left hand without collapsing into your left shoulder. Simultaneously bend your left knee and rotate your right hand back there. Take a hold of something. Toe, foot, ankle. Just start, get a little thigh stretch. You can look over your right shoulder. For those who are feeling precocious with a little bit of range available yet, maybe bend your right elbow, use your bicep to bring your, what heel is that? Left heel towards left glute. Maybe you touch your glute with your heel. Still sinking your pelvis because we are opening the hip while we're at it. Ooh. Release your foot to the mat. Open your right hand to the sky. It's like a dragonfly twist without the knee lifted. Just a big open. Exhale your right hand down outside of your right foot. Without sitting back on your left heel, just begin to straighten your right leg. Your hips are going to go back, but we're not going to sit into this. Now, tendency, the desire is to let your hands come back, right? But I would suggest walking your hands forward into this half split. Walk them forward, forward, forward. And again, sometimes we feel like pushing our right knee straight. How about we pull it straight? Draw your right hip back towards that wall behind you. Whoa, what's that all about, right? See if you can put your heart on the big toe of your right foot for some length. You can even use your right hand to grab the inside of your right foot and pull toes back towards knee. The Achilles tendon, some calf. Maybe a few of you feel like bending both elbows and placing your forearms on the mat either side of your leg. I don't know. That's not for me, but maybe it's for you. Now, come on back up, a little bend in your right knee. Rotate your chest to the front of the room. And if you can keep your arms out wide, that's cool. Now, lift your right heel. We're going to make this really weird transition. It's awkward. Right heel is lifted. Push into your right toes. Begin to rotate your left heel around. We're going to rotate all the way to the left wall. And I don't know. I got black pants on. If you can see, my knees are my right knee is against my inner left shin. So it's a real close stance. But it's a little bit behind my left knee. So it's a little wobbly. It's a little awkward. Supposed to be. Now drop your right hand to your right side. Give your left arm a break by putting it straight up in the air. And start to swiggle your right hand up between your shoulder blades with the palm facing away. Like you're going to scratch something on the back of your neck. Now bend your left elbow. Maybe your fingers meet. If they do, take a bind. If they don't, hey, that's cool too. Grab some shirt. Remember, it's the effort is where we find the benefit. Acquisition is just another step. That's all. No big deal. If you do have the bind, perhaps you can bring your left arm behind your skull and look up. Oh, what's that? What are you feeling right there? Do a little scan. I feel like my hips are cocked one way, so I'm going to lengthen and lift for alignment and breath. Release this bind. Let your right arm come out gentle. No hurries with this. We're going to rotate our chest to the front of the mat, and we're going to let our shins come around so we're right back to knee standing like before. Arms out wide like wings. Ooh, it's getting warm in here. Now, take a breath as you open your chest to the right wall. And then we're going to drop our right hand to our right heel like before. Left arm comes up and over. And let's just think here a little bit. Tendency is to keep that chest twisted to the wall, but let's open our heart to the sky. Get a back bend here. Spread nipples away from each other. Left arm is long, wrapping right shoulder around. Both thighs equally forward. Keep your right hand where it's at. Wrap your left arm around and down to your left heel. Now it's camel. Lift your heart. Here's something to think about in back bends. Drop your tailbone, lift your pubic bone, and take a little kink out of the lumbar spine. Now bring your right hand up and over towards the back of the room. Keep spreading nipples. Keep lifting and lengthening. Tucking tailbone, lifting pubic bone. Now breathe in. As we follow our right hand up, left hand up, heart facing left wall. Exhale, come right around forward, arms wide. Woo. Step your left leg out to the side, foot down, like all 5 toes are going to be pointing the same direction as your torso, the front wall. We take a look down, find some alignment here. Right knee, right hip, right nipple, all in that same line. Make any adjustments needed for that alignment. Keep breathing while I put my glasses back on. Now, exhale your right hand to the mat or the block. Probably the floor if you're on the mat. Left hand is up high. And then just swoop your left arm over, bicep to ear. Start pulling fingertips away from foot. Reach for infinity. And while you're pulling your hand one direction, press the sole of your left foot down into the planet, grounding it. Can you engage your right oblique here a little bit? What happens when you engage the right side of your body? Does the left side lengthen for you? I hope so. Breathe your left hand back up to the sky. Now remember a little left oblique action here as we come right on up, arms wide. Oh, wow. What is that all about, man? Rotate your left foot, toes up, heel down. Now, just check in. I just noticed that my hips wanted to twist towards that foot while I did it. So take a moment to peel your right hip away from your left foot. Open the front of your pelvis. Drop your left hand on your left thigh. Reach your right hand up, 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 up as you breathe in. Sweep it over as you breathe out. The left hand goes right on down the shin bone, maybe. Now find length. Move right hip away from left heel. Move right shoulder, spread it away from right quadricep. You can look up, you can look down. Whatever your neck feels like, just look that way. Inhale, come right on up, arms wide. Now remember this part here. Left heel comes in just a little bit, a little bend to the left knee. Just bring it a little ways. And now keep right leg exactly how it is and start bringing left knee out over left foot. Opening inner right thigh. Just sink your sit bones down into it. So it's kind of like frog, right? But not. And we drop our left hand inside the left foot. Open the right hand up. Can you press your inner left leg into your outer left arm and vice versa, a little equal pressure there. And just sink in with hips. A little fire in left leg, it's kind of nice. Big breath. Exhale, lower your right hand on the mat as you swing on your pivot on your right knee, swing your right shin around to lizard. Now you have your options. You can stay up on palms. There's plenty happening there. Right side psoas, left side hip stuff happening. Bending elbows, get a little deeper maybe. Did you know you can bend your elbows and put your forearms on a block? Some folks like that. You can put forearms on the mat. That's pretty cool. It's sort of up to you, your hips. And then maybe left knee falls open, rolling up on the knife edge of your left foot. See all these options. Same pose with so many different options. I mean, the pose really has no intelligence. It depends on you. Asana is a tool. It can be used to heal or to harm. Either way, it's sort of what you do with it. Now, simultaneously, or come on up to your palms if you're down low. You can leave your left knee open if you like, or close it. But simultaneously, bend your right knee, reach back with your left hand. Try not to collapse into your right shoulder. I feel like right now I just want to stick my shoulder in my ear. But no, let's keep it strong. You can twist open and look over your left shoulder if you like. You can lose a little left bicep to start bringing right heel to right glute. Ooh, oh, wow. It's okay if one side's different than the other. Don't lay that trip on yourself. They're not supposed to be the same. Never gonna be the same. It's just sweet, man. Release that bind. Bring your right foot to the mat. Open the left hand up to the sky for a little twist here. Try not to collapse in the shoulder like I just did. Take a breath. Exhale, left hand down to the mat outside of your left foot. And remember, half split without the sit. So just straighten your left leg. Hips are going to kind of hover over and behind right knee. Walk your hands forward. I know they want to come back, but let's take them forward. And then there's that last little bit to get a little more length. Draw your left hip back. Maybe push your right hip forward while you're at it. Ooh. I hope y'all felt that, man. That was nice. Options here, stuff to play with. Left hand can grab your inner left foot, pulling toes towards the knee. You can keep hands either side of the foot and lower, bend your elbows and lower your forearms. It's not for me, but some folks kind of like that. You can do the other way, right hand over outside of left foot and pull toes back that way. Maybe you get a touch to your kidney while you're at it. Put a little bend in your left knee as you're coming right back on up. Torso forward, arms wide, and then just push into your left toes. Lift your left heel. We're going to make that big funky turn here. So let your right shin sweep around as you turn towards the right wall, and just set your left knee to the inside of your right shin. It's a little bit wobbly. It's supposed to be. See, we don't have to stand on one leg to practice balance. We can do it on two knees. Left hand down the left side. Right shoulder probably a little tired, so just reach your right hand up. We're going to go for cow face arms. If you like, you just start bringing left hand up between your shoulder blades. And then bend your right elbow. Maybe you bind, maybe you don't. It's just a matter of the length of the deltoid. That's all it is. It's not a big deal. Grab a shirt. It's okay. If you have something bound, perhaps bring your right arm behind your skull and then careful, gentle look up. And these are pretty deep binds here. So, gentleness, mindfulness. Listen to your partner talk to you. Releasing the bind, the left arm comes out easy. Just gonna rotate forward. Back to the knee stand with arms wide. Rotate your heart to the left wall with your arms wide. And then drop your left hand towards left heel or calf or glute, wherever it's at. Press both thighs, both hip bones equally forward. And wrap your right shoulder open. Remember, spread the nipples open, back bending. Keeping left hand where it's at. Let your right hand wrap around, shoulder opening as you bring your right hand to, I don't know, a hip or a calf or a heel. Some folks like to go all the way to the floor. It's up to you. Both shoulders wrapping open. Nipples are pointing at opposite corners of the room. Tuck your tailbone under as you lift your pubic bone to take it out of your lumbar and bring it up into thoracic. Beautiful. Push the thighs forward without kinking the lumbar. And then it's, I think it's your left hand now. Lift it and reach it to the back of the room. Just open it. It's a half a camel. And then we come up arms wide, chest pointing to the right wall. On an inhale, rotate your chest forward, reach up really high, like you just scored a touchdown. Exhale, bring your hands to the mat, just neutral spine. We're not rocking or rolling here. Cross your shins behind you deeply and push right back to your seat. Good. Now, bring your soles of your feet together with the knees falling open. It's called Baddha Konasana or butterfly. We're sitting with my feet together and knees apart. And then we're going to bind to the big toes. So these two fingers here, just hook them around your big toes. And long straight back. Now, find that sweet spot on sit bones, that balance point, and start lifting your ankles and knees about the same height. Just a little balance here. I better twist so I don't kick that oven. And then open legs out wide. So we're just kind of balancing, holding our legs apart, up in the air. And strong core. Keep your feet where they're at, but let go of them and just bring your palms together, fingers forward, thumbs up, right out in front of your heart there. Oh. Did stuff start shaking? I got stuff shaking here. How about you? Now your feet should probably be where they were, so just put your hands back there and bind to the big toe. And we'll play Robin Hood. Little bend in your right knee. Start bringing the inner right ankle out somewhere in front of your face there. Rotate your chest over your left thigh. The left hand is holding the bow. Right hand, draw your bowstring back towards your ear. And just breathe. Inhale, open legs wide. Find your balance point. And then just let go and palms come together. You got one side shaking more than the other? That's kind of interesting, right? You just look at it with some innocent curiosity. Back to your bind, feet still where they were. Little bend in your left knee, bring inner left ankle somewhere right out, hovering in space in front of your face. Rotate chest over right thigh. Right hand has your bow, so take aim. Left hand, draw your bowstring. Inhale, open legs wide. Exhale, bring legs together. Now I got a little low back pain. I'm going to modify slight knee bend, hold my hamstrings, but you don't have to. If you want to, you can keep legs straight and reach hands out shoulder height. It's Navasana, it's both. But if your back hurts, modify for that. Just a few breaths here. Can you breathe steady when stuff is shaking, when you're not the one shaking it? Oh, now bend your knees and bring your feet to the mat. Let your knees fall open with the heels good distance away from groin, like a diamond. And just take a hold of some shin or some outer feet. Lift your breastbone, heart forward, lifting, roll your shoulders back, take a breath. Keep this length. Try not to round your spine as you exhale, bend your elbows. Wow, what is that stuff right there? Do you feel that part of your outer hamstring? It's like, man, I don't even know that thing exists most of the time. What the heck is that? And maybe a little deeper, and whoa, there's portions of the spine, the back meat that I don't often pay much attention to. What's that all about? Nice to see you. Been a while. Come on up. Nice and easy. Wait a. Straighten your left leg. Bring your right foot outside of your right hip, like your right heel to the outer right hip. And if you can get on top of your foot, cool. Now open that right knee out. Just make a little adjustment so you're making a wide angle at the groin. Okay? Rotate your chest to face the same direction as your right knee. Now, I like to, and you can do this as well if you like, how I like to go into this more often these days is I slide my left hand palm up under my inner right thigh and take a hold of some shin there, okay? I'm just going to lay my left shoulder down inside of my left knee. I'm going to reach my right hand up and open, open, open. And then drop my right bicep to my right ear. And I know you want to really want to grab that toe. But today, just try reaching beyond the toe. Open the right side body as you rotate your right shoulder back. It's cool to grab the toe. It looks really neat. But what happens when you just reach for infinity here? What the heck is that about? Come on up, easy, easy, easy. Slide your hand out so we can adjust. Left inner ankle to left hip, or left heel to left hip. And then just open the left knee out. Kind of making that check mark sort of shape with our legs here. Settle ball, sit bones down. And once you get open, ground into your left sit bone. See what that feels like. Gentle. Now your right hand, palm up, we'll just sneak it right under your left thigh and take a hold of some shin there. And we start dropping our right shoulder inside of our right leg, maybe inside of our right knee. It all kind of depends on the length of your torso, length of your leg. I don't know where your shoulder is going to land, but preferably on the inner aspect of your right leg. Left hand goes up and just tilt it towards the wall behind you. Open your heart. Oh, I got a little COVID belly in the way. Got to move it over my thigh. There we go. Now, I'm going to bring my left bicep to my left ear. And as much as I want to grab my toe, I think I'm just going to reach, length. Now, I know it sounds ridiculous, but try to sit into your left sit bone. And I said try, just try. Whoa, what's that? Oh, come on up. Nice and easy. Any of y'all ever get into any of these poses and they're kind of like breathtaking? There's just some kind of sensation. It's just like, wow, it's really cool. Bring legs around front. Did a lot of back bends. So how about we put our feet flat, knees right in front of chest. Just give them a hug and just put your cheekbones down by your kneecaps or towards them. That's option A. If you like, you can just push right into Malasana. Rest your hands on the back of your neck and the karate chop, outside edge of your palms, just right behind the bony mass behind your ears. It's called a mastoid. Look down and don't push your head down, but lengthen your neck and round your spine. This is option B. They're both very similar. Very nice. Lower to your seat. Take 1 or 2 or 3 breaths in a neutral seated position of your choice. Let your spine just be neutral now, just long. Straight up and down from side to side, straight up and down from front to back. Natural curve, of course. Just be very still. And feel every sensation just washing across your flesh. And with as little extra movement as possible, go flat to your back. Maybe roll down your spine to your back, but just gentle, easy to your back. And maybe hug knees for a moment while you're on your back. And when you're ready, just extend your legs out and your arms out, palms up, toes fall away from each other. You call corpse pose. You just spent about 60 minutes in preparation for this most challenging pose of the practice, most important pose. And they call it corpse pose, I wonder why. To die is kind of another way of saying to surrender. And this is a practice that can be very revealing if we allow it to be, if we surrender to it. Just let go. And while yoga doesn't really want to change you, it certainly wants to reveal you. Peel away the layers, remove the mask, and introduce you to you. I encourage you to stay just as you are for as long as you like. Just indulge and breathe and be. And I offer to each of you my gratitude and my love. Om Shanti.